Some countries are doing amazing things and we aren't hearing about it. There's just no one doing videos about this kind of thing. There's no one actually telling these stories. Well, nearly no one. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Chile have set records in renewable energy. And it's quite remarkable what they've done because they're going to get rid of coal within only a few years' time. Completely get rid of fossil fuels. It can be done. Chile has reached fresh new milestones in its energy transition, says theprogressplaybook.com, amid a rapid build out of solar and battery storage infrastructure. If Chile can do it, so can the United States. So can the Trump administration. Well, they could, but they're choosing not to. The context, the South American nation's brisk shift to clean electricity was sparked by staunch community opposition to traditional power projects. People in Chile are like, why would we want coal power plants? Why would we want nuclear? We don't. This has prompted regulators to introduce a carbon tax in 2017, the region's first, as well as emission standards for coal-fired facilities. Less than a decade later, Chile has cemented its position as a frontrunner in the global energy transition, and the country is completely phasing out coal faster than any other developing economy in the world. This is really the standard. According to modeling by the International Energy Agency, Chile is on track to eliminate coal-fired power by 2030 and get to over 90% renewables, over 90% on an annual basis by then. In fact, it's on track to hit nearly 100% in around 5 years' time. In January 2025, coal made up less than 11% of Chile's electrical output, a new low, according to data collected by research group EMBA. On the other hand, solar's share of the mix reached a record high of just under 30%. In the calendar year 2024, all renewables combined made up 70% of the mix as coal's contribution fell to 16%. That is down 42% from 2013. And gas's share declined as well. In fact, renewables in aggregate made up a record 82% of the mix in the month of November 2024. 82%. Importantly, the switch from fossil fuels means emissions from Chile's electricity sector have fallen 41% since peaking in 2013. And that's a big deal, guys. I'm sure some of you saw the video that I did about what has happened as a result of the coal emissions in the United States, how 20 million people have died prematurely from coal emissions in the US. You might be thinking, oh, that was probably 100 years ago. No, it wasn't. That was actually from the last 20 years. To keep up the momentum, policymakers enacted the Energy Transition Law in December 2024. The legislation includes measures aimed at speeding up investments in the power grid to free up capacity for additional renewable energy projects. Ongoing investments in battery storage systems will pave the way for new wind and solar plants. And not only that, but because of these new mega batteries, Chile will be able to use more of the energy that, like all countries that have solar, we often waste electricity during the day. Solar energy, a lot of it gets wasted during the day. That means these big battery packs are going to come in and instantly get rid of a lot of the coal Chile's using. As soon as they go online, even more electricity from renewables will be injected immediately into the grid. In Chile's north, Spanish company Grenergy Renovables is developing a massive 4.1 gigawatt hour storage facility. Massive battery. And new data shows the country already has a 954 megawatt operational energy storage capacity, meaning it's halfway to achieving the national target of 2 gigawatts by 2030. Chile is at the front of the global race to renewables and is determined to stay there, says EMBA analyst Wilmar Suarez. The energy transition law positions Chile to secure its continued leadership in the global energy transition and unlock clean, affordable energy for its citizens. Chile is leading the world in developing countries, and this is incredible. Guys, I have to say it. They're putting the United States to shame. If they can do this, America absolutely, if it had the political will, could do it. This is the key point. Progress Playbook says this: the energy transition law enacted in December 2024 puts Chile on pace to get to 100% renewables very quickly. So policy obviously really does matter. But it's not only policy that matters. Obviously, we're all benefiting from this incredible decline in the cost of solar panels and the improvement in efficiency. We can say exactly the same thing for massive batteries, not just massive batteries, but all batteries. But the decline in the cost of energy storage has been remarkable. Now, energy density has continued to improve. Battery cell prices have fallen by more than 90% over the past 15 years. And the world is on track to do some pretty damn amazing things as long as, well, we don't lose sight of the fact that it is possible. We often get tricked by these people touting the necessarily needs of nuclear or gas or whatever their addled brains are that they're going to, have some sort of self-investment into so they can get some money out of it. We often get confused and tricked. A lot of them are in the media. A lot of the media is funded by fossil fuels, unfortunately. Channel 7 particularly, for example, they're obviously funded by fossil fuels, as you know, as I pointed out. And so, unfortunately, this means we're getting all this brainwashing and propaganda. So, guys, if you've got any friends you feel like you've been brainwashed, and I've got some really smart friends. One of them's a doctor, and he's being very much brainwashed by fossil fuels, by this whole nuclear thing. Please share this information with them. Let them know it is possible. It doesn't matter where, the solutions are there. Guys, I recently got a solar system installed on my roof, which is just insane. It's mind-blowing. On many days of the year, it's giving me enough energy to charge 2 Tesla Model Ys or 2 Xpeng G6s. The Xpeng G6 is the car that I'll be using. So my solar will be powering my EV. In fact, I'm about to pick it up this week, which is really, really exciting. But the efficiency of solar panels is skyrocketing. The records just keep getting broken. And what this means is that as the price of solar continues to fall, as it does, pay no attention to the media because their facts are just made up. The price of solar continues to come down. The efficiency goes up at the same time. Now that means that actually the combination of solar with battery storage is cheaper than coal in almost every country now worldwide, which is game-changing on a number of levels, especially when you consider the fact that we now have new solar panels that have just been revealed within the last week, which are much more efficient than the solar panels on my roof that were only installed months ago. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Great to have you with us. If you want to use the solar company that I used here in Australia for my new system, I did all the research. I'm one of those research geeks. I look at all the reviews. I look at all this different stuff, and I know there's lots of fake reviews out there. There is. Part of my job in the past, marketing department. There was a fake reviews section. I know it sounds bad, but this is very common for many companies. They have a section of their business that employs these dark arts. Anyhow, I looked at all that stuff, and coming from a marketing background, I could tell what was real and what wasn't. And these guys had the best reviews in Australia, hands down, easily.